This video will walk you through how to use the wordart.com site to create an infographic for your activity or for your project. This first video is going to give you kind of an overview and just talk about the first menu, which is the words menu. Once you get to wordart.com/create, it will show you this window here on the side. It will have a few words in there that are by default there to show you what it will look like. A button that's going to be very important for you is going to be the visualize button, which is right here in the red, so that you are able to click on that to see what your options will look like once you start working. So the first thing you'll want to do is work into the words menu, which is right here on the side. The filter column, this is where you can go in and actually type the words that you want to have in your infographic. So maybe I could say reading and math, science. I can click down, add some more social studies, and I could keep going if I want to. Okay. By again clicking on this visualize button, it will take the words that I put in there and it will create this infographic on the side. Now you see how it goes bold and pops out when I'm scrolling over it. We'll look at later on how that works, but you're going to be taking a picture of this more than likely, so that will not happen when you are actually going to export your picture or save your picture. Okay. The next column here is your size column. You could change the size of whichever word you want. So if reading is the most important one, I could make that a size 5 and keep the rest as a 1. Now there's something else that you'll need to do with that, and that is go to your options menu here if you want this to work, because by default the size is set to maximum, so it does as many as you can. But if I choose to save or use the size column, now when I visualize, since I have reading set as 1, reading shows up as the biggest word there, and the rest are a little bit smaller. Okay. I have a color menu here as well. I can choose each color or the color for each word independently if I would like to, by just clicking in here and choosing the color that I wish and apply. Now all the reading ones are red. But if I want to change all of the colors at once, I'll do that later on in the style menu. We'll cover that another time. For the angle column, by default, they're all right now going horizontally. But if I wanted to make maybe the word math go at a different angle, I could change it to 45. And now if I click on visualize, you'll see anytime math is on there, it's going to be up at a 45-degree angle. For my font column, that will be, I would probably leave this as default. I can click the drop down and choose any of a number of fonts that they have here, but you would be changing one word at a time. There is a font menu here at the bottom that we'll be covering later on as well. A couple other things in the option menu that you have. There is a repeat option that lets you choose whether you want all of the words to be repeated, if you want none of the words to be repeated, or if you want to manually choose how many are done. So I'll go manual in this case, and then I'll show you that where it pops up on the columns. For the links here, now that we're in the options, you're not going to worry about that. That would be because once you take a picture, the links would not work anyway. Now that I've selected that I want them to manually repeat, you see that they're all checkboxes here. So if I do not want reading to repeat, I can uncheck it. And now when I click visualize, reading will only be seen once, and it's still bigger than the rest because my size is here, but the rest of the words are repeated throughout and you will not see reading again. The last few options that you have in here are there's an upper and lower or capitalized boxes. So if I want all my words in uppercase, I click upper and visualize, and it will show them all in uppercase. The same as for lower. Capitalized means each word will be capitalized. And then if I want to replace, I could choose to search for a certain word and have it replaced with a different word in here. You can also just do that by changing the word up here. That should be it for the words menu. Also remember, this visualize is going to be an important one as we move along.